As musicians, it is incumbent upon us to be able to do basic maintenance of our instruments. The conga, actually more properly called the tumbadora, is a tunable Afro-Cuban hand drum that was developed in the late 19th century. As capoeiristas wanting to practice at home, the conga is a much more accessible to purchase than an atabaque. Here is quite a detailed diagram of the parts of the conga drum. Pause now if you want to take a closer look. For our purposes, what we need to know is the head, the tuning lug or parafuso, and the tuning nut. Here are some examples of variations that you might see in conga drums. Looking at the drum in the front and center, notice that rather than having tuning brackets, also called side plates, screwed into the shell, they are attached to the bottom of the drum. The drums at the back left and front right, you'll notice have metal strips called belly bands. Drum heads are either natural material, usually cowhide, or synthetic, usually fiberglass. Natural heads can be cleaned with leather cleaner. They can be moisturized with either almond oil or lanolin. Sometimes after playing a natural head drum for a little bit, you'll notice your hands become kind of white and a bit dry and cracked, and that is actually the drum head drawing oil from your skin. The drum shell, or the body, is meant to be permanent. Heads are not. Sizes are not exact. When you're purchasing replacement heads for your drum, purchasing from the original manufacturer is the easiest way to ensure that the head you will get will fit. Unless, of course, you choose to mount the head yourself. Inevitably, the question arises, which type of head is better, natural or synthetic? And advertisements will certainly steer you in one direction or another. If properly maintained, they are equally durable and stay in tune just as well. So really, the best drum head to use is the drum head that sounds best to you. There are two ways of mounting a drum head. Either natural or synthetic heads can be mounted using the tucking method, that is tucking it around a ring. And you will find that it's only synthetic heads that are crimped inside of a ring. The head is held to the drum by a metal ring called a rim or counterhead. The traditional style of the rim is straight-sided, but for obvious comfort reasons, rounded rims are more and more popular. The body of the drum, called the shell, can either be wood or fiberglass. The most popular wood currently is oak, ash, and beech. Originally, the drums were made from empty olive barrels. A wood body will have obvious slats, which are called staves, whereas a fiberglass body will be a solid piece. If the body is wood, it will be finished. However, a little furniture oil from time to time will ensure that any moisture that's wicking from the wood will be replaced by oil, thereby preventing cracks. The drum size is determined by the diameter of the head. There are 5 sizes of congas. 3, the tumba, conga, and quinto, are the most popular. And the sizes are not exact. They do tend to vary slightly from maker to maker. A tuning instrument usually comes with the drum. Use only a fixed or lug wrench. Pliers and vice grips have teeth, and they will damage the hardware. Start tuning your drum at a landmark. So start either at the mounting bracket or at the handle, so that you make sure that you either tighten or loosen all of the lugs. Some drummers like to go in a crisscross pattern, alternating putting pressure on opposite sides of the drum, while some just go in a circle around the drum. The most important thing, though, is to be consistent in what you do. Turn the nut a little bit at a time. 1/2 to 3/4 of a turn is a sort of a good initial pace. Each drum is going to have its own range. Here is a kind of popular tuning formula based on the size of the drum, but don't try to force your drum to fit this chart. Test the tuning of your drum, either by ear or using a tuner. I prefer to use a tuning app that I've downloaded to my phone, so I can ensure that the drum is in fact in tune. After you've gone around the drum and adjusted each of the tuning lugs, punch your drum to release the pressure.
Now, by hitting it, after you tune it, what you're doing is stretching the skin from the sides here, because they seem to stick. And then what you're going to do is, after your first number, or if you're playing with a group, it's going to go down about a 1/2 step. So you might as well do it now. Give it a couple of whacks in the middle. And you'll hear it go down a little. So then you would adjust it again.
After you've released the pressure by punching your drum, confirm that the tuning of the drum is balanced.
I tap above the key. There's your tuning key. Above that, and I tap. Now, did you hear that? That's higher, that's lower. So I got to tune this up. Play with it some more. Let me try this one. Tune this one up. Try to bring it up. Ah, there we go. Okay. Almost. Wow, it's pretty untuned.
There's a couple of Cuban artists who call themselves Los Carpinteros, and I just adore their sculptures. Remember that your drum is most comfortable in the same environment that you are, especially if you live in a place where there's extreme fluctuations in humidity or temperature. Then then try to acknowledge that your drum is affected by that. Also remember that the very best maintenance for your drum is playing it. I want to listen for just about a minute and a half or so of a conga solo by a young Cuban woman named Milena.
Hi, my name is Milena. I was born in La Habana, Cuba, in the barrio of Cocosolo, Marianao. Sentimiento Manana. Nací en tierra de Congo, Carabalí, Abacuá.
And remember, if you don't have the space or the funds to acquire a conga, for about $14.99 you can have your very own set of conga salt and pepper shakers.